The ABC 10 vaccine team is here to help you understand the vaccine rollout happening today. There are some big changes to who can get the COVID-19 vaccine and how they can get it in California. That's why we have live team coverage for you right now. ABC 10's Zach Fuentes in Roseville explaining the state's new plan starting today to get educators vaccinated. Kevin John in Lodi, where there's an all-new way to get the COVID-19 vaccine this morning. Kevin.
Well, yeah, that's right. Starting today, a new vaccine delivery system will be kicking off in 10 counties, including right here in San Joaquin. Stanislaus County also on that list. And Walt, basically this is being done to make sure that vaccines are distributed equally, especially in communities that have been hit hard. So here's how it all works. Blue Shield will be overseeing this new effort, and the goal of this new system is for it to provide some organization and accountability to vaccine rollouts. And here's how it affects you. The transition is expected to occur in 3 waves. Stanislaus and San Joaquin counties will be in that first wave. Now, all 58 counties are expected to be on the system by the end of March, with the goal of administering 3 million doses a week. Now, health officials are hopeful that this system will eliminate any confusion about who can get a vaccine from county to county. However, some local county officials are not so sure how this whole thing will work.
Still have a lot of outstanding questions as to how this entire process is supposed to work. We see a lot of promises that are made very publicly that do not have details or a plan behind them.
Now, health officials say they'll continue to use the existing split when handling vaccines, which prioritizes 70% of doses for seniors and the other 30% in the education, emergency services, and food and agriculture workers. Now, keep in mind, Blue Shield will be making the recommendations for the vaccine rollout. However, the state does make the final call on that. Now, if you are interested in setting up an appointment to be vaccinated, we have all that information on our website, abc10.com. Now, Zach, I know you are in Roseville, where there's a significant push to get educators vaccinated.
There has been that push statewide, Kevin. But starting today, 10%, at least 10% of the state's vaccines are going to be dedicated to education workers. So that's roughly 75,000 doses a week that are going to be set aside just for them. This is all part of the governor's plan that he announced last week. And here's how it's going to work. Each week, the state is going to give doses to county offices of education to distribute to teachers. And there are 320,000 K-12 public school teachers in the state. Now, if this plan is successful, it could be a matter of weeks for them to be inoculated. And we spoke with one teacher who works right here at Wood Creek High School, where we're at this morning in Roseville. He just got the second dose of his Moderna vaccine Friday. He has type 1 diabetes and says the vaccine is a relief for education workers like him with pre-existing health conditions. And though he and teachers here in Roseville have been able to hold some in-person classes, he's looking ahead to when things can fully return to normal and hopes that as more teachers get vaccinated around the state, the rest of the state can move away from relying on virtual learning only.
We don't want that. I don't think any teacher wants to teach behind a screen like this. We love kids. We want to be around kids. That's why we got in this profession. You know, nobody goes to college to go back to high school. And that's where we're at with teachers, is we want to be with our kids.
The rollout today of the state's program to set aside 10% of vaccines for education workers comes as a new study from the CDC highlighted the large role educators could have in transmitting COVID in schools, particularly from educator to educator. Now, the governor's office said it's allocating doses to counties based on the number of employees they have in their education systems. They're going to be targeting communities hit hardest by the pandemic, the students hit hardest by the pandemic, students who are in foster care, homeless students, students learning English as a second language. So those are some of the communities they're going to be targeted. Walt, it's been almost a year since kids had to go to distance learning. So this is hopefully the first day of a successful program.
Yeah, we're just days away, Zach, now that you mention it, probably a couple of weeks away from the 1-year anniversary of that. So yeah, it's been a long haul for a lot of moms, dads, and kids. Zach, thank you. If you have a question for the vaccine team, text it to us, 916-321-3310, or you can just text us the word vaccine. We'll text you back everything you need to know.